Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we are so tickled to be here today. I'm Louise Dewey, Lady Lou, the baby boomer babe. And this is our Wisdom Chats for the Curious show. We are so tickled. We have three delightful guests with us today. And of course, I'll introduce my partner, Marian LaSalle. Say hello, Marian.
Hello, Marian.
She does that all the time. And we have our Peggy Sue Skipper with us. She's going to be the Wellness Expo MC in September here in the Houston area. Say hi, Peggy.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Peggy. And our special guests are health advocates, Cyndi Parks, the blonde lady, and the dark-haired lady is, oops, some days the names go away. Hello, Janis.
Janis
Gebhart. Oh, sorry, gal. Sometimes it just floats away, doesn't it? But we are so happy to have you. You've got some great information for all of us. So let Peggy Sue start us off with just a brief overview of the Wellness Expo, and then we'll get right into our show.
Oh, awesome. The very first Houston Wellness Expo is actually going to be, yes, at the Lone Star Convention Center in Conroe. And that is going to be Labor Day weekend, September 5th and 6th. And I'm just so excited about this. This Wellness Expo has been happening in Dallas twice a year for almost 30 years. And it's time they shared.
Yes.
They're coming. A lot of the Dallas people that do the expo there are coming down to Houston. So we'll be able to all get to know each other and build a platform and play together. And so I'm really looking forward to that. So once again, it's September 5th and 6th. And the tickets right now are free. If you go to wellnessexpo.net, you can get your free ticket and come play with us.
Yes, we're going to be there. Marian and I are going to be doing interviews up and down the aisles, and we're going to have a blast. And I know everybody else will too.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you, Peggy. Now, let's get into our topic. We are talking about health and wellness with two very special ladies who have excelled with it and has kept them healthy and brought Cyndi back when she was in her 40s. She doesn't look like her 30s right now, but she was in her 40s when she had a health challenge. So, Cyndi, why don't we start with you and tell us a little bit about what happened and how you got well?
Sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. So I was pretty healthy for the good majority of my life. In my 20s, I started running and I did marathons and triathlons and was pretty much the epitome of health. And then something happened in my 40s and I started getting sick a lot. Started after I had my son and I was getting bronchitis, and then I started getting sinus infections. And, it started out being every maybe 4 or 6 months, and then it started being every other month. Yeah, the last 3 years, it had gotten to where it was every 6 to 8 weeks. I was like almost on a calendar. I could look at it and say, okay, I'm going to get another sinus infection or bronchitis. And as you know, guys all know, I mean, you have to get antibiotics to try to help get the infection to go away. And so, that doesn't do very good things for your body. As you probably, then it kind of creates other problems, right? And then it was yeast infections and other things. So it was just like this constant vicious cycle that I was in, my body was in, and it was really rough. And, and as a mom, I have 2 children that are school age. They just turned 13 and 11. And it was really hard for me to be a busy mom. I mean, I had a career. I was a pharmaceutical rep. And I'm trying to go to work every day, and then I'm trying to come home and do dinner and schoolwork. And, it was rough. It was a very, difficult time in my life. So anyway, I tried a bunch of different things. I tried juicing. I don't know if you guys have ever tried juicing. Raise your hand. It's very, very messy.
Messy. I hated the cleanup. I didn't like it.
Oh my gosh, the cleanup was a mess. You had that little special brush you had to do to get the pulp and all the, stuff out of anyway, it was a mess. So I didn't enjoy that. I did try it though. And it did seem to help a little bit. And then I went to I went to a bunch of different specialists. I went to a respiratory specialist for the bronchitis. I went to allergy specialist, see if it was allergies, because we're trying to figure out what the root cause of me getting these infections. Nothing. They just didn't have any answers for me. They couldn't give me any results. I mean, and Janis and I've talked about this, I have 3 full drawers of like medicines and supplements and vitamins that I was taking, trying to prevent it. And then when I get it, then I would try to, keep it at bay as best I could, not totally take me down if possible. But anyway, long story short is I had a nurse practitioner tell me what I should do, and I wasn't really open to it at the time. She was real honest, and she said, Cyndi, you really need to eat fruits and vegetables. So you'd quit getting sick, and that you would, be able to fight off the illness once you get it. And I said, well, I looked at her and I said, Sonia, I just don't see how I'm going to do that because I don't like them. Right. My kids eat more fruits and vegetables than I did. It's just not going to happen. I'm like 40 years old. And I mean, I've gone most of my life without fruits and vegetables. I just didn't see it as an option. And so anyway, then I met Janis last year, and Janis was kind enough to share an easy is the key word here for a busy mom to flood my body with fruits and vegetables. And she told me about a solution that was capsules. Basically, it's whole food nutrition. So this is not supplements. I always kind of, when people say that, I get a little bristled because it's not a supplement. This is whole food. This is like, 30 plus fruits and vegetables that I get to put in my body every single day.
In a capsule.
Yeah, it's in a capsule.
Oh.
And, my son was like, how do you get all those fruits and vegetables in that little mini capsule?
I'm with him.
I don't know. I made him watch the video with me, and it shows you how they make it, which is really cool. So it wasn't, when I met Janis, let me preface this. I was really kind of skeptical to, again, the solution, but at the same time, I was like, I'm desperate. Right. I can't be sick anymore. I can't go on living like this. And just had gotten over a sinus infection the week before. So I'm like, okay, it's new enough in my head that I want to find something to stop this. So I said, hey, I'll try it. And I mean, immediately, seriously, within days and weeks, I was like a whole different person. And I had energy that I don't even remember having since like my 20s. I used to say, well, maybe it was even before that, because I could have run marathons again. I was that energetic. My body wasn't ready, but my energy was back. And then there's just a bunch of other little things that started noticing as time went on. I was able to notice my hair wasn't falling out as much. Like I noticed that my hair was coming out in just bushes in my, hairbrush. So that wasn't happening anymore. So I just saw a lot of other healthy benefits that kept coming from it. So I decided to get my family on it. And my husband immediately saw some huge differences. His energy was increased. He was having to drive an hour and a half downtown to Houston. He was like, I don't think I can make it without, without this nutrition. And then I started giving it to my kids. And I saw a huge difference for both my children, but significantly for my son. My son has been diagnosed in 2nd grade with ADHD. So he had a lot of hard time focusing. And so one of the other products that Janis introduced me to is something called omegas. And so it had 5 different omegas. It's 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So it's not just your omega-3, which I was already taking omega-3s before, but this was something different. It's all plant-based. So this is completely plant-based, vegan, kosher, non-GMO, all that good stuff.
Oh, good.
So it's just a wonderful solution for families. And
wow.
What's great is that if you order the product for an adult, you actually get a child for free, because they have a family's health study.
You get a child for free? Wow.
For free.
Well, I'll take a child.
Into the program. And you can actually do that, Marian. You laugh, but you can do that for like your grandchildren, your niece, nephews, as long as they have to be 4 years of age. And they can be even in college, if they're still going to college, then they can be in the family health study.
Wow.
That's a great deal.
Huge, benefits for the kids. I mean, they're missing school less. They're eating more fruits and vegetables. They're, well, Janis can go into a lot more detail about the health study, but it's just a tremendous product. And just as far as like the solutions that they offer, It's all based around healthy living. They have a website or community called Healthy Living Revolution, which I'm proud to be a member of, and sharing recipes and just, again, it's all about getting our families healthy.
You know,
Wow.
I'm
I have a
noticing
question.
that
I have a
just
question.
about-
Cindy.
Oops,
I'm so sorry, Peggy.
go
That's
ahead.
all right. I was just going to ask if you have started eating more fruits and vegetables in your diet as well.
So it didn't happen right away, as much as I would have liked. But after about a couple of months, I guess by my body being flooded with fruits and vegetables now, it's actually started craving it. And I found myself going, okay, ooh, those Brussels sprouts look really good over there at that table. Oh, I think I'll order that. And all of a sudden, I started eating more fruits and vegetables, and craving things that I have never craved before.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, Marian, what did you want to ask?
I didn't want to ask anything. You know, this is opening up to me a new mindset that everybody seems to be on. So everyone that I know is trying to stay healthy or get healthy, or both get healthy and stay healthy. And they're reaching out to just about anybody who has a tip or, something that they can do in order to feel better. A lot of us have been home and, the cupboard has Fritos and things in it. And so, they're saying that, there's 15 pounds that most people are gaining just because we're not going anywhere and we're just sitting around and no one, I don't know. So anyway, I think it's a mentality that we're all in right now. And for us to have all these tips and things that we can do to help us is so beneficial.
Yes.
And I would just like to say, I think you're right but what I think is really important for people, if they resonate with something and they're going to try it, to make sure that they stay with it long enough to see the process work.
That's a good point, Peggy. I noticed when you ordered it, you actually had to order, it comes with 4-month supply. And I thought that was a little strange at first. Now I understand why that's important. It takes, 3 or 4 months of you being, again, flooding your body with fruits and vegetables to really see the full benefit.
That's beautiful.
But it is a process, it's not like a drug that's supposed to relieve symptoms right away. What you're doing is you're changing. Actually, I've heard it said that we are electrical beings in chemical clothing. So basically, this is a matter of adjusting our chemistry. Which,
you're right.
Right. Wow. Well,
definitely.
Janis,
I love that analogy. I've never heard that before, but I love it, and I'm going to borrow that.
Actually, Edgar Casey said it. So.
And it really does. There's a lot of science behind, our microbiome. It actually controls most of our health. And I apologize. I'm not sure if you can hear the dogs barking. My daughter let them out. But your microbiome it controls so much about your immune system and your overall health. And every time you eat, you're impacting your microbiome. You're changing it. So if you eat junk food, you're changing it for the worse. If you eat a healthy meal, you're changing it for the better. And it's really interesting. And one thing I love about this whole concept is we get to choose, right? We're in control for the most part of our health. Of course, you can't control every aspect of your health, but by our choices and our lifestyle, we can absolutely change the chemistry, just like you were talking about, inside of our body.
Yeah. Well, Janis, I have a question. I'm 75. What does this stuff do for the seniors among us?
The seniors, it's been my experience that seniors actually tend to see results faster with Juice Plus. And I believe this isn't actually scientifically proven, and I'll tell you, this is just my belief, but there are enzymes that are active within Juice Plus because the fruits and vegetables have a lot of enzymes. And as we age,
maybe you could take over while you go take the dog out?
Oh, okay. Are you going to take the dog out? Okay.
Yeah.
One of the things I was going to tell you, she's talking about the evidence base too. Is it's all very scientific studies. There's been 40 plus studies done in the last 20 years on this Juice Plus whole food nutrition product. So I think I mentioned I was a pharmaceutical rep for 5 years. So, when I went in to talk to my doctors about whatever medication that, I was trying to promote at the time, we always had to have clinical studies, right, to back up the results, right, and say, okay, this is why this helps you, talk about the mechanism of action, and we'd use all these clinical terms. Well, that was the thing I think that really attracted me to the Juice Plus company, is because it is the most researched nutritional product in the world. I mean, in the world. I mean, they've had, these are top-notch research facilities, and they're, gold standard. Again, you guys may not know about the clinical study type part. I think, Mary Lou, you said you've been in pharmaceutical. You probably heard about that, with like double-blind, placebo, peer, they're randomized, so that they do the toughest types of clinical research studies they can possibly do to study the impacts of what this does for people. And they've done it for all different groups. They've done it for the old, for the young. They've done it for people under stress. They've done it for people that have survived cancer. And it's just amazing. And they show results of improving your cardiovascular system, your immune system, obviously. Gums, I think they've done some studies to show that it impacts your mouth, your gums, your skin. What am I leaving out, Janis? I'm sure
your DNA.
Your DNA.
That's what got my attention initially with this product. Is I have 4 children. I had just had my youngest. And my OB pointed out to me that I had a huge history of breast and ovarian cancer in my family. Ooh. And I had just watched a very close family member die. He was my brother-in-law. He was 33, and he died of testicular cancer and left 2 children behind. It's a very sad story, but it hit me hard when my OB told me that. And my degree from school is in engineering. So I'm a science and research kind of person. And I dug into my family tree, and it wasn't good. What I kept learning just got worse and worse. And I'm also one of the most optimistic people you'll ever meet. So I realized I can't go there. I can't focus there. So I started digging into what I could do to prevent cancer, because I'm not going to just sit around and wait for it to hit. And especially because I had 4 children, and I had a big mission on this planet to raise my kids. And so I looked everywhere. I did all kinds of research, and every source I went to, the number one way to prevent cancer was to eat like 7 to 9 servings of fresh raw fruits and vegetables every day.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. Exactly. And that's what I thought. Just like Cyndi, I didn't grow up eating fruits and vegetables.
Oh, I did.
I was an athlete growing up. I grew up in the city. We didn't necessarily have a garden. And, my mom worked, and we didn't eat fruits and vegetables. And at that point, I wasn't eating them, and I really wasn't feeding them to my kids. And I knew it wasn't going to just magically happen that, I'd go buy all these fruits and vegetables, and tomorrow everyone would wake up, in some other universe and be happy to eat all these fruits and vegetables.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's why Juice Plus made sense to me initially, because it was just the easy way to get them. And now 18 years later, my kids don't know the difference. They don't know what it's like not to flood their bodies with fruits and vegetables every day.
Well, there is one of your children who didn't take it for a while. She was in college, and she started having some problems. And she's like, hey, maybe mom was right. Maybe I need to start taking that Juice Plus stuff again.
Wow. Well, that is amazing. Many, many, many years ago, I want to say 10 or 12, I was in the Juice Plus company, and we had little gummy bears type supplements.
Chewies.
Did they still make those?
They do. There's
Oh,
some right
you got
here.
them. And
Okay.
that was so delightful because you just throw a couple of them in your mouth and chew them up, and you think you had candy.
Yeah, that's what my kids think.
Exactly.
They're eating candy.
Yeah, and there's no need to tell them different.
Yeah,
Well-
I do. I like taking the capsules though for adults because of the enzymes that Janis was talking about.
Okay.
Microbiome.
Okay, so that's what us seniors probably should stick with and forget the candy.
Well, you can take both. That's what we do. Sometimes we take both.
You know,
Well,
one thing that's really important, and I don't know if you guys do this or not, but for people out there who wonder if they're getting enough fruits and vegetables, one way to find out is to test your pH balance. You can buy strips at Whole Foods or maybe some drugstores where you can actually, with your saliva, see what your pH balance is. And if cancer cells can't live in an alkaline body, they thrive in acid. So the more fruits and vegetables you eat, the more alkaline your body is. And that's really important. Really important.
Science.
Absolutely.
So
Wow. Well, most of us don't even think about it. We just go about our daily routine like we're robots. We got to wake up, don't we?
Well, and that's why I love this. It's just, I mean, it's one little change I had to make. It wasn't like it was a big change, right? I didn't have to change my diet all at once. Obviously, it helped set me up to start wanting to do those other things. Once I had my energy, I could start exercising again, and I could start, I was drinking more water. I was, again, eating more fruits and vegetables because I started craving them. So it just kind of led me to a healthier lifestyle overall,
Oh, that's kind of interesting because you don't have to work at it. And
Yeah.
a lot of us don't like to work at anything because we fail. And then, oh, there it is again. I failed. But just pop a little capsule. How many a day?
So there's 2 of these a day of each type. So there's the fruit, the vegetable, and then they have a berry that they've added. You probably didn't know about the berry. I think that one's newer because berries have the antioxidants that we need. And so they're very important for our brain health as well. And then the new one is Omega Blend, which again, I told you about, that's 5 omegas. And what they do is they actually bypass, like I always knew about omega-3, I was taking fish oil, but they bypass that fish and go straight to the algae. So again, it's plant-based.
Okay, so it would suffice for fish oil.
Exactly.
It would replace it.
And I tell you so I'm now 54 and so I'm in menopause. Yee-hoo!
Finally.
yay.
And, this has really made a difference with my brain fog because I started noticing I was, forgetting things all the time. I couldn't remember why I walked in the kitchen. And immediately I started seeing a difference when I took the omegas. And I think that's, again, what I said about the ADHD. It helps you with your focus. You don't realize how much you need these omegas for your brain health.
Wow. Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, where can I get these? Where can I get these? So we do make
And
this.
one point I'll make really quickly about the omegas is they provide the full spectrum. It's all plant-based. So they have sea buckthorn berries and pomegranate seeds and raspberry seeds and other whole food ingredients. So you get the full spectrum of 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And most of the research, the newer research is showing you want that full spectrum, not just the 3s, because that can put all of your omegas out of balance. You want the full spectrum, and this provides that.
That's beautiful. So we do have all of the information of how to contact these 2 lovely ladies down in the description below our video on Facebook, YouTube, and even on our podcast. But if each one of you would give your email address out loud, because we have a podcast that we send this show, send it up to the podcast platforms, and they don't have any way of writing stuff down sometimes, but if they can hear it, they might like to contact you. So why don't you go first, Cyndi?
Okay. So my email is always ALWAYS smiling SMILING because I'm always smiling, at yahoo.com.
Okay, and Janis.
And mine is Janis, which is spelled Janis. It's a little different than the normal spelling of Janis. So it's JanisGeb, like boy, Janis Geb, at iCloud.com.
Perfect. That's great. So tell us some more. We know there's something else that you're just waiting to show us.
The Tower Garden.
So I can show you one of our other products. Our company is really all about inspiring healthy living and creating simple ways that you can add a lot of fruits and vegetables into your body. And so I'm going to just turn this here. So this is a Tower Garden. I guess I should hold it straight. Can you guys see that pretty well?
Yeah.
Fairly good.
And it's an aeroponic growing system. So I'll go closer here. You can see like this is one head of lettuce right here that's growing. The parsley I was talking about. Let me see if
I'll take some of your parsley if you want to take some of my kale that I harvested today.
Okay. I'm having a hard time backwards here, but so there's the parsley, but I have lettuce, Swiss chard. There's some Swiss chard down here, kale, cabbage, all kinds of herbs growing indoors. That's my indoor Tower Garden. And you can see it has grow lights. So you can grow inside. And this is literally tucked away in the corner of my breakfast room.
Wow.
It just fits very nicely there. And then I have 2 outside Tower Gardens as well. Outside, obviously, you don't need the grow lights. And outside, you can grow literally anything except for trees, bushes, or root vegetables. You can't, a root, potatoes or carrots would grow inside the tower, and that wouldn't work very well. But I grow cucumbers and squash and tomatoes, like peppers, all kinds of peppers outside. In the wintertime, broccoli and cauliflower. The broccoli on it is amazing.
It actually tastes different. I don't know why it tastes different. Janice, maybe you know why it tastes different, but it tastes fresher. It just tastes richer. I don't know.
Yeah, anything that's vine ripened, typically, think about a homegrown tomato versus a tomato you get in the grocery store, right? And a difference in what you taste is the nutrients. So anything that's vine ripened, I'm big into buying locally grown produce because it's probably vine ripened, and it wasn't, a shorter time until it gets to my counter. And with a Tower Garden, you literally just pick off what you need. So you don't have to harvest a whole head of lettuce at once. I pick off what I need for a salad, and then it continues to grow.
So where do you get the Tower Garden?
Tower Garden?
From us. Yep.
Us.
Sorry.
We can help you with that too.
Okay.
And we actually will have a Tower Garden with us at the Wellness Expo.
Oh, cool.
So you
bring
can
my
stop
Tower
by our booth and see it in person.
And
What is the growing medium? Water?
So there's a base, and it holds 20 gallons of water as well as a tonic that has there's earth minerals and sea minerals. It's all the earth and sea minerals that plants need to grow. It was originally developed by NASA when they thought they were going to send people to space and have, to the moon or somewhere and have them live there for years. And that was how they were going to grow their food. So the tonic that we use is all natural, just the earth and sea minerals that plants need. So the nice thing about it is if you grow lettuce or kale in your backyard, then you can get multiple cuttings off of it, just like we do on a Tower Garden. But that the first cutting has all the nutrients that were in the soil. The second and third and fourth, you're not sure, how depleted that soil has gotten.
It's
Whereas
true.
with the Tower Garden, the nutrients, anytime we add more water, we add more nutrients. So the sixth cutting has as many nutrients as the first cutting.
That is brilliant.
It's so
can you
easy.
share-
I wish I would have thought of it.
Can you share with us how, about how much it costs to do one, to have one?
Sure. So there are some different models. They range anywhere from like $700 up to about $1,000 for everything you need for the system. And the thing to keep in mind is that's going to grow like forever. It comes with a 10-year warranty, and it'll last far longer than 10 years. So and you can do a payment, there's a payment option where you can spread the payments over a year. So once you've had a tower garden for a couple of months, you're eating off of it more than you're paying. So you're saving money. If you eat a substantial, a decent amount of fruits and vegetables, you're going to save money. And then after you've paid for it, it's almost like free produce, because the seeds, to grow fruits and vegetables are so inexpensive.
And it grows so fast. I think it grows 90% faster.
90.
It grows 2 or 3 times faster.
3 times faster, sorry.
And it produces, so there actually was a study done at the University of Mississippi Horticulture Department, and they grew plants in tower gardens right next to plants conventionally in the ground. And I like to tell people, this is the horticulture department. Right? They know a lot more about growing than if it were me growing in my backyard. And the tower garden grew faster, and it also produced on average 30% more yield. So you get 30% more cucumbers or tomatoes or whatever it is you're growing than conventional growing. And the nice thing too is it uses about 10% of the space and less than 5% of the water as traditional growing.
Yeah. What's Peggy talking about down here? What product did you speak about first?
That was Juice Plus, right?
Yeah, it was just the juice, the fruits and vegetables and the berries.
Okay, that's what she meant.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Good. Well, heck, I'm a master gardener, and I was raised on a farm. We had always a huge garden. So this is very eye-opening that this thing can be so convenient for anybody in an apartment even.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have it in my laundry room.
Peggy is also
So.
Peggy's also asking, what's the difference between this product and some other products? This product is made by a company, and Zeal would be made by a different company. So that's what I was getting at earlier. It's not just Juice Plus. Okay, I think everyone's mindset now is on, how do I get the best nutrition in the easiest, fastest way possible? Like we did talk about juicing, and that's a real mess, right? It's like it's
great if you like that cleanup part, but
nobody likes the cleanup part. And my sister does some celery juice every morning. She does that, and she does it religiously every single morning. And she says she feels better and that type of thing. I think it all depends on what you think is best for you. So if you have a smoothie every day, or you take your Juice Plus pills every day, or you eat a gummy, whatever you do to make yourself healthy, I think it's a fabulous way to move forward in a healthier, happier way. Ooh. You gotta exercise. You gotta drink more water. You gotta take care of yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's what the Wellness Expo is all about. So Peggy, tell us a little bit more about how people can get into the Wellness Expo and when it is. And then it's about time that we close up for today. How about that?
Oh, fast.
Yeah, that did go fast. So
I know.
Yeah, the Wellness Expo, September 5th and 6th, Labor Day weekend, at the Lone Star Convention Center in Conroe, Texas. And so it's a little north of Houston, but there'll be many people from Dallas coming down too. So I love getting those communities together, and people will have vendors, so you can actually meet people that we've been showcasing on this show. I don't know, early May.
Yes.
And there'll be speakers, there'll be a couple of workshops. So a great place to get a lot of good information and to meet people and look them in the eye and see what they have, maybe experiment and try out some things. So I'm really excited about that. We're looking forward to that gathering, and we're just hoping that, with COVID, things will be open enough for it to happen. So we're doing these shows to energetically create that space. So yeah, and again, free tickets right now. Go to wellnessexpo.net and grab your free ticket and come meet everybody.
Wow. And we'll get to see the Tower Garden.
Yeah.
I have a little story to tell the audience about the Tower Garden. So my neighbor, she is heavy into, making her whole family feel healthy and eating organic. And she's got a garden out there, and they're just doing really well. So yesterday I get a text, Marian, my children are on their way over with some kale. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, she, cut off a little kale for me from her little garden. Oh, no. It was a tree, okay? And it came from her Tower Garden. It looked like a tree about so big, and the leaves were huge. And I was able to cut that up and put it in the freezer because kale freezes very easily.
It does.
And that way I can just throw it into my shake in the morning, and I'm good to go. And so I love the fact that you can wheel it around. You can bring it in. You can take it outside. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great concept.
Yeah, I've not seen it, so I'm looking forward to seeing one.
Me too. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Wow. Well, ladies, you have just been wonderful. Thank you for all the great information.
And I just want to ask, are you ladies in the Dallas area or the Houston area?
We're in Houston. We live in the Woodlands.
Oh, you're in Houston. Okay, in the Woodlands. Okay. So you're not that far from Conroe then.
No.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay.
15 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. So there's Cyndi Parks. You can get a hold of Cyndi at alwaysmiling at Yahoo. And you can get a hold of Janis at Janis, Geb at iCloud.com.
Yay.
And I'm sure that both of them would be happy to talk to you about the Tower Garden and the Juice Plus information and about just being healthy. Look at them. They look healthy, okay?
Absolutely. You look fabulous.
You do.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Good too. That's the important thing. It's about how you feel.
Right.
100%.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, good deal. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting both of you in
Me too.
September 5th and 6th.
Yes.
Get yourself on.
Oh, great. Well, Marian, you want to take us out?
Yes. Now, we have a special treat every Tuesday night at the very end of our show. We have Peggy Sue Skipper, who does a meditation for us. Now, this is a very special meditation, so pay attention to what she says. And we're going to go ahead and say goodbye for now. We'll see you again next Tuesday night. Thank you, ladies, for joining us tonight. And thank you, audience, for being here. We appreciate you and love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you have done this with us before, or even if you haven't, the best way to experience this, and Marian's going to put up a graphic so everybody can close their eyes and relax. But what we're going to do when we relax and close our eyes is start breathing in very deeply through our nose and then breathing out through your mouth. And deep, deep inhale through your nose with an equally long exhale gently from your mouth. And focus on your breath, even more than my voice. Focus on that breath, deeply breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And as you take your next breath in, I want you to feel this beautiful, white, healing light that you're breathing into your nose. It is literally surrounding and filling your body as you breathe it in. And then breathe that back out. And as we continue to breathe in and out, we are literally breathing in love energy that we're sending each other, supercharging it in our bodies and sending it back out to each other. So every time we breathe it in and send it out, it is supercharged a little more. And the next time we breathe in, feel that light. Feel your body go just a little bit more quiet, a little bit more, and breathe it out. And as we breathe it out this time, see that light completely surround the planet so that we are sharing this love energy with everything and everyone. And breathe it back in through your nose and feel it. Fill your body, surround your body, and feel your body become even more relaxed. Every time you breathe in, your body relaxes a little bit more. And the more relaxed you are, the warmer this energy gets. Breathe it in. Feel it. Fill your body. Surround your body. Supercharged. And send it back out to me and to everyone on the call. And literally to the whole planet. This energy, this beautiful white healing love light is in endless supply and always there for us. But when we share it, it becomes even more powerful. So breathe in through your nose one more time. Deep, deep belly breath. Feel that love that I'm sending you, that everyone's sending you, and send it back to us. And again, we surround the whole planet so that every human being, every animal, every plant, the fish, everything is being surrounded with this love energy. And breathe it in again. And send it out. And as you do, your body gets even more relaxed, warmer. Feel that energy cocooning you in love. Send it out. We are that powerful. Breathe in that energy that even the planet sends back to us, and send it out. Feel that energy leave your mouth and come to me, come to everyone on the call, surround the planet. This beautiful white healing love light that's always there for us. Breathe it in and relax just a little bit more and send it back out. I thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you for sending me this love and for receiving my love, for being in that balanced give and take of love energy. Good night.